everyone! We are back with a tier list. This time we're doing Disventure Camp. This is the first Disventure Camp tier list that we're doing. This isn't going to be a character ranking. I'll save that for when the season ends. You know, however long that may be. Maybe it'll take half a year. Maybe it'll take another year. I don't know. They've been pretty quick with these episodes. I'm very impressed. I believe. Oh, I don't even remember anymore. I think it was April. April is when they started. It's been 6 episodes in 8 months. That's a pretty darn good pace. I know that some object shows take way longer, and you know you'd think they'd be more more easy because they're so limited, whereas these characters are a lot more expressive. But I digress. The point I'm trying to make is that I'm very excited about this series. As a voice actor, getting to be one of the characters has been like a dream come true. I've always wanted to be one of these survivory elimination shows. So getting to be part of Disventure Camp literally changed my life. And yeah, no, I'm just really excited. So I'm gonna be ranking where I think the remaining 8 characters are gonna last. Now before we begin, I just want to whatever. I want to specify that I don't know the order. I'm a voice actor of one of the characters, but I don't know. Either I'm not given the script, or I'm given the script, but I only read the Kai lines. I don't want to spoil if Kai appears in any of the future episodes, but I will say that when he did cameo in episodes 5 and 6, or was it 4 and 5? Whenever he cameoed, I did not read the other lines except for the Kai lines. I mean, before the episodes came out, I read them just because I wanted to have like a bit more funnier reactions in the YouTube channel. But for the most part, I only read the Kai lines. I didn't know what was going on. So, yeah, either I don't have the scripts, or I do get the scripts, but I don't read lines other than the Kai lines. And, I mean, logically, there's probably not going to be a return. I know that when the comic thing was still out, it said 12 episodes. So that leaves 6 episodes left. So not including the finale, that's 5 elimination episodes. Yeah, there are 6 people that need to be eliminated, because, 8 minus 6 is 2, you need a final 2. So that there's probably going to be a double elimination. There's really no room to have a returning character. And honestly, I think that's for the better. I think that all these eliminated characters have run their course. I think their arcs are pretty much completed. I think the only one that I would say could return is Oliver, but he's an intern, so he can still be on the show. The others, I think they're done. Maybe Kai and Yul and Maggie could have like a rematch or something. Maybe Kai and Yul could have a rematch. But like, they don't need to be campers, and that would require that 2 of them return. And again, there's really no room to have 1 person come back, let alone 2. So anyway, that's enough rambling. I don't know the order, so I'm a fan. I get to speculate just like you guys. So yeah, please let me know what you think's gonna happen. And without further ado, let's begin. Now, something that interests me is that out of the final 8, there's really 3, kind of 4 storylines going on. We got the love triangle of Allie, Hunter, and Tess. We got James and Aiden's little, I don't even know what their dynamic is. It's really hard to explain. And then we have these 3, but also Lake is kind of individual. She has the whole arc about her of her family, and I think it's really strong. And like any of these arcs could really be the endgame material. But I think out of these 3. I guess 3 group arcs, and then Lake has her own individual arc. I think the weakest is definitely Rosa, Maria, and Rhea. I think those 2 probably have. Also, I just realized that their names are very similar. They both begin with R and end with Ia. But I digress. I think that they have probably the weakest remaining arc, and maybe it's just because I don't pay attention to them. I think that I pay more attention to James and Aiden and the love triangle, or Lake. So these 2 just kind of fall on the backside. I think we're gonna lose one of them in episode 7. I can really see it be Rosa Maria just because I think that she has the least depth out of everyone, and I think, her part of the game is just to be a friend who gets betrayed by the antagonist. Now, granted, James is becoming less and less of an antagonist, so I don't know, maybe this is the beginning of the Hunter villain arc that I'm so excited about. I hope it's been foreshadowed. Oh my gosh, if there is a Hunter villain arc, if Tess and Allie are endgame, and Hunter is the bad guy, I would love that. That would be amazing. But anyway, yeah, no, I think that we're going to lose Rosa Maria. I don't really think there's much, she has much legs to stand on. I think that, like, yeah, it can be like a thing where Lake is like, oh crap, oh man, I lost my friend, I'm so sad, but, Rosa Maria, I'm sorry, I don't really see much more growth from you. I could see a universe where they do the double elimination early, just because I feel like having Rosa Maria and Rhea together, they're kind of redundant. I think that what separates them is that Rosa Maria is a teen mom. I know they're both older, teen mom? She's not a teenager anymore, but she was a teen mom, and Rhea is significantly older than the rest of the cast, but Connor's gone already. Connor and Rhea were a great dynamic, but Connor's been gone for a while. I feel like Rhea's just kind of been floating. I can kind of see them 2 being the double elimination. I can also see the double elimination being Final 11, because I know that most elimination shows of this, such as object shows or total drama, they don't like the final 3 for some reason. Like, more often than not, you will see the final 4 becoming the final 2 right away. I guess they don't want to write for 3 different characters, because that's so few characters. You'd rather just jump from 4 to 2, which is the finale. But yeah, I think that I can see the double elimination either be episode 7 to compensate for episode 6 being a reward challenge, or episode 11 just to have to avoid that, that final 3 situation that people seem to dislike. I actually really like the final 3 situation. I hate it when series skip them over, but I don't know. We'll do this for now, just because I think that having a Rosa Maria boot and then a Rhea boot would be kind of repetitive. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't pay attention to them. That would leave this as the final 6, and I think this is a very strong final 6. I love this because really any of them could be the winner. Any of them could dominate. I also want to point out that I think that because there are only 3 guys left versus 5 girls, I don't think we're going to lose any of the guys until the final 6. I think that the final 6 will be 3 guys, 3 girls. I know Disventure Camp, and to an extent, the previous edition, I guess, Adventura, they have almost never had they've never had more males than females. I think that Adventura actually began with 1 less male, and the first 2 boots were also male. So I think that that's still going to continue. I don't think there will ever be an equal number, but I also don't think that we're just going to have 5 girls than 2 guys, right? Especially because Hunter, James, and Aiden are super important characters at the moment. So yeah, Rosa Maria and Rhea, episode 7. Now, I hope that going forward, we only have 6 episodes left, which is weird because, most shows have 13 episodes. It's not a TV show, so they don't have the limitations or the structure, but yeah, having 1 less than normal, quote-unquote normal, is kind of weird. Like, why don't they go to the 13th episode? I feel like we kind of need a 13th episode just for more bonding and for more experience with the cast and more dynamics, because at the moment, again, there's only like 4-ish storylines because the others don't really interact with each other. Like, I don't think Allie has interacted with James, I don't think Lake has interacted with Tess. And it's so good when they do, when they cross storylines, when they're not restricted to whoever they're having a plot with. When Hunter and Lake interacted, even though it lasted like a minute, that was so funny. That was gold. And I really hope that they, with the remaining 6 episodes, they can at least have some of the characters who don't talk actually talk. I think that would go a long way. But at the moment, it seems that we're kind of just sticking to the people that we have an immediate storyline with, which is a little disappointing, but I don't know. Maybe in this next 6 episodes, that'll change, especially as the numbers get lower and lower. So yeah, episode 8. I'm trying to think who I would put at episode 8. I think that, as weird as it would sound, I think Lake probably goes in episode 8. She has a lot more story than Rosa and Rhea, but at the same time, I feel like episode 4, 5, and now 6 could all be a very natural ending for her, but it keeps on continuing. The story keeps on continuing. I don't think it's going to last till the end. At first, I thought Lake and Aiden will be the endgame material, but, at the moment, my brain is really wiring around Allie and Tess being an endgame couple, with Hunter being an antagonist. I don't think they would reveal their cards too early. I think that Hunter being the bad guy would need to be something that they do pretty late in the game, like episode 10 maybe, and you kind of need both Allie and Tess for that. I don't think they would do that. I think that while Lake does have the underdog story, I think it's going to be a red herring. I think that she will be 6th place, which is still very respectable, and we'll definitely feel her absence. Maybe this is where Hunter starts being evil, where it's like, oh, I got rid of Lake, or whatever. I don't know, because I just don't see James being a villain anymore, because him and Aiden are getting along, and I think people ship them a little too much to just go, oh yeah, James is still a bad guy. I think that has changed. I think that this is kind of like Pockettail Island with multiple antagonists, where you have Amy and Scarlet and Sugar and Max, even and Dave in the finale. I think this is gonna be like that, where you just pass the torch. So it was Yule, and then it was James, and then it's Hunter, right? Anyway, yeah, I think Lake is gonna be gone in 6th place, and maybe this will be the start of the storyline. Episode 9 is gonna be interesting because I'm not sure what to expect, but it's gonna be one of the guys. I don't know. I'm gonna say James. I'm gonna say James is in 9th place. The reason is that I think that losing Yule and then losing James to be dethroned by Hunter would be like really awesome. It would be like a passing of the torch, and I think that you could have this whole storyline where Aiden's like, oh crap, it's just me versus these 3. And he sort of comes to his own terms where he's like, okay, I'm the underdog, I need to win these challenges, or I need to game the hell out of this season, or whatever. And I think this is sort of a natural point where maybe you could have Jaden, you could have them be a couple at this point, or at least be close friends, right? I think episode 9 is where we're gonna lose James. I really do. Like, I didn't like him until episode 6. I think episode 6 was when I was like, oh my god, James is amazing. And I was like, Hunter has potential. He's still kind of boring, but if he is the secret villain, that would be amazing. So yeah, I think James episode 9. I think episode 10 is going to be the Scarlet Fever episode for Hunter. Let's call it hunting season. It's going to be called hunting season, where he just goes crazy, he goes bananas, he starts just being really, really mean. And so Allie and Tess, maybe unrelated, actually. Maybe they just realized, you know what, this guy sucks. And then they start having attraction towards each other. Tess and Allie for the win. I don't think we're going to lose Hunter in episode... no, I think we are going to lose Hunter in episode 10. I think Hunter going in 10th place would be pretty darn awesome. I think that's like, it's sort of like Scott in Revenge of the Island, where you lose Scott, but you still have 2 episodes to go. You lose the main antagonist of the season, but there's still 2 episodes to go. And yeah, Lightning took the antagonist place, but you don't need an antagonist. You can just have the battle be like, of people who are, more sportsmanlike, but it's still very competitive. And I think having Hunter die in episode 10 would be interesting because it would mean that both of the girls outrank him. And I think with the thematic structure that I'm going for, both girls would need to overcome him and realize this guy's kind of a jerk. No swearing. I think I already swore before, but that's besides the point. Episode 11, I think Aiden is pretty much guaranteed finale, no matter what. I think even in this universe where Hunter isn't the bad guy, and by the way, I just want to point out that, obviously, obviously Hunter being the bad guy is kind of important for this structure. I can do another tier list where I assume a more surface level where Hunter's just a good guy who's just kind of sus at times. But I think Aiden is confirmed in every single universe. I've seen 14,605 universes of Disventure Camp, and in every single one, Aiden makes the finale. Probably, maybe we have the gender thingy, but I don't know, we'll see. I don't know if that's just like a throwaway line or if it's actually going to be a plot point later on, but whatever it is, I think Aiden is just far too important, far too much of an underdog, and far too much of a big character to just not be in the finale. If he doesn't make finale, I will be very surprised. I won't like, eat a rock or anything, but I will just be surprised. As for who will join him, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think we're going to have an Allie and Tess finale, though that would be cool. Actually, yeah, I wouldn't mind Aiden going in 3rd place, and then the final 2 is Allie and Tess, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think that Aiden will 100% make finale. One of the 2 girls will go. I think that I could see Tess kind of sacrificing her place in the game because she realized, Allie, I love you, you're the best, you've helped me out so much, you deserve it more than me, and hey, we're going to split it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Or maybe Allie's like, you know what? No, Tess, this is you deserve this. I know you've been having a rough time. You deserve to be in the finale, not me. One of the 2. It doesn't really matter because I can see both happen. Well, not that it doesn't matter, but I can see both happening. I think oh man, I don't know. I really don't know, man. I really don't know. I'm gonna put Tess just because I think she has a little bit more story with the antidepressants to really justify her being the. Also because she kind of reminds me of Gwen, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's why she makes the final 2. But yeah, no, this is my list. I don't have the I don't have a clue how it's gonna go. Even if I do have the scripts, we're not that far in advance. We don't have the finale in advance, and we're not told the boot order beforehand. So. Yeah, I hope that, in my fanfic version of the season, this is what it would probably look like. But I don't know, it's up to you guys. What do you guys think? Let me know if I'm crazy, or if you think that this is a pretty solid list. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys next time.